Well, hello YouTube, and welcome to the car that we've managed to get our hands on today, and that is, of course, Jakeman 21642's 2003 Accord EX 4-cylinder. A little bit of information about the car. Of course, most of you have seen a lot of videos on this one, but I figured some of my subscribers would like to see a Honda on the channel since all I've done are Fords so far. This is a satin silver metallic 2003 Accord 4-cylinder. Very nice looking car. One of my favorite Honda designs of all time. Very classic, timeless car. I mean, this car does not look nearly as old as it is. And I really wanted to get a flavor for something different, something not Ford, something with a stick, manual transmission, and just something a little bit different for the channel. Now, I have owned several Hondas, and I will tell you right now that this is one of my favorite of all times, even over the Civic Si I had for a very short period of time. But this is a very classic Honda car through and through, from the way it looks to the way it drives to the reliability. I mean, you name it, they've thought of it, and it's just very well put together car. So let's go ahead and let's take a look. And of course, we start up front with the all-important bits. Now, this is the K24 2.4 liter dual overhead cam i-VTEC inline 4-cylinder, making 160 horsepower. In the updated version of this car in 2006 and up, they made 166, so not much of a change. But this is a little bit of a different engine for Honda because it actually has the little thing that we call torque. We know that Hondas aren't really known for that, but this is actually one really nice, satisfying engine because it combines the best of what everyone knows and loves about Honda. High revving, free revving, good sound, with torque, which is actually a really nice, happy medium. And if I was going to buy one, this is the engine that I would choose. Now, some of you might say, oh yeah, but the 3-liter V6 is so much more fun. But the 3-liter V6 is a lot heavier, and it's more of a highway cruiser, if you ask me. This is more of a all-purpose family sedan that gets great gas mileage. So let's go ahead and start it up. So again, 140,000 miles, and of course, typical Honda. Sounds perfect, revs free, sounds great, absolutely no problems. These are completely bulletproof engines and are typically just have no problems whatsoever. Now, the inside of the Accord is just as beautiful as the outside. This is the ebony leather interior, and for the age and mileage, the leather on the seats, especially on the driver's seat, has held up really well. You can tell that they use high quality materials, except the armrests, which the paddings always recede in these. The same goes for the 6th gen Accord. But the materials in the Accord are really nice. You have leather here on the door panel, which is the same leather on the seats. You have a really nice armrest here, which is padded here on the door. The materials are a nice soft touch until you get down here, but of course, who really expects that to be ultra plush in a car like the Accord? This one actually does have this nice silver finish, like a brushed silver finish, which is really nice. I like it a lot more than the wood grain that was offered. Some people have a personal preference on that. Dashboard is made of a nice material as well. Everything fits together extremely well, as you would expect with a Honda, of course. Leather wrapped steering wheel with steering wheel audio controls and cruise control. Interval wipers, which is something Hondas didn't have long ago. Your sunroof controls in typical older Honda fashion are down here on the dashboard behind the steering wheel, just out of your line of sight. But other than that, this is a very nice place to be. The seats are very comfortable. It's easy to find a nice driving position. The steering wheel is adjustable in every way. Comes out, up, down, all kinds of good stuff. The gauge cluster, I can't say enough things about. It's just clear and concise, classic Honda, easy to read, everything's there. Everything that you want. This is a 6-speaker audio system in this EXL model. It sounds great. I won't turn it on right now, but it's a very nice sounding audio system. dual zone automatic climate control, which was super cool for a 2003. That was something that just had started to creep into cars, and this is super, super nice. And of course, 68 degrees is the Honda magic number with these. You have a really nice, huge cubby storage container here. Throw a bunch of CDs. There's a couple in here. You could probably fit 10 or 12 CDs in there, which is really nice. You do have a power outlet down here, and of course, not an ashtray, but a nice little coin holder. 2-stage heated seats, high and low. I mean, not much to say there, but it's nice that it has them. 5-speed manual transmission, really nice leather shift boot, and the shift knob also has leather on it. The cup holders, in typical non-old Honda fashion, actually are quite big, and they have little feelers that adjust to different sized drinks. The console here actually has 2 levels, which is really nice. Has a coin holder up here, up top, and down below it has another power port, so it's very large and you can fit tons of stuff in here. I will say, very nice that they included mirrors up in these visors, not something I'm used to, but also it has the little extenders, so that's something Hondas didn't have a very short while ago. Sunglass holder, which actually works unlike some. No auto-dimming rearview mirror, but who really cares? This really isn't that difficult to do. So let's check out the back seat and see what it's all about. And here we are in the back seat of the Accord. This is, again, a very, very, very nice place to be. And again, atypical of older Hondas, there's actually a ton of legroom back here. The 1993 Accord that I had, which was the 4th gen Accord, was actually classified as a compact because of the room inside. Now this front seat's pretty far forward because I'm short, but even so, I mean, I have almost full extension on my legs. It's crazy for a car of this size. It's very well packaged. Materials follow through from the front. Everything is nicely put together. But anyway, nice chrome door handles back here from the front. The nice silver brushed aluminum follows through. You have a nice huge door pocket. You can put tons of stuff in. And another thing I really like is an armrest with 2 more cup holders and a trunk pass-through, so you can put skis or really long boards or whatever else you would want to carry back here. I must really say, for this being a model with a sunroof, there's tons of headroom back here, and I would not hesitate to put a couple people back here for a little bit of a longer trip, because it really is a wonderful place to be. These headrests are adjustable. The one thing, of course, being a Honda, and Honda being Honda, this is a one-piece folding rear seat, which they put it in the Civic, but they don't put it in the Accord. Who knows their reasoning behind that? So let's go ahead and check out the space in the back. So, trunk of the Accord. Of course, I can fit in it, but I can fit in pretty much any trunk. It's finished in a pretty nice material back here. You know, who really cares what the trunk's finished in? But it seems to have held up really well. It's not really stained or scratched anywhere. Nice lined material. Of course, there is a pass-through, like I mentioned. This is also only a one-piece folding seat. It has a limited opening, but, you know, wishbone suspension or bigger trunk opening. I'd rather have the wishbone suspension, to be honest. But, I mean, it's a very, very large trunk for a car of the size. As you can see, this umbrella behind me goes all the way from one end of the trunk to the other, and, I mean, that's huge for the Accord. It's plenty of space, no more than you would need, but you could definitely fit some larger things back here. I know we've had a lot of stuff in this car in a couple of road trips, so if you're worried about the trunk space in the Accord, definitely don't be. You can fit a lot of stuff back here. Okay. We're on our favorite section of testing road. Tell you how the Accord drives. Of course, now I'm sure you can hear the classic Honda road noise, but unless you're really, really accustomed to really cushy cars, I mean, it really doesn't bother me, of course, but it's not really intrusive. It's mostly just road noise. It's not wind noise. It's not irritating at all. It's quite a bearable amount. So, I will say the Accord is really a jack of all trades in terms of how it drives. This car is very comfortable on the highway doing 65, 70, 75. I mean, it's just super compliant on the interstate. But then again, you can get it out here on these back roads like we're about to do, fine in the transmission. You hear it. You're accelerating up. Third gear. This car also has that little kickback in the power steering when it loads up. And it kicks back the other way when you let go. It's interesting. The Crown Vic doesn't do that. Of course, as we know, these are low rolling resistance tires, so that's probably why Crown Vic did the same thing. I mean, I went through there doing about 65 miles an hour, faster than I went through there in the Taurus, and steering was very communicative the whole way through. I did feel a little bit of body roll, but the rear end stayed really flat, and I was confident where the car was through that entire turn. So, if you want something that you're going to be able to haul the kids to school with, or you just like having a sedan, but you don't want to give up the performance of a sports car. I don't know if I want to go so far as to say sports car, but it's an incredibly well-balanced car, especially for the size and for what it is, for how much space you have in the front, the back, and the gas mileage, of course, with it being the 4-cylinder. I seem to remember something like 38 miles per gallon or something crazy like that. So I think this is ideally the perfect Accord, and in that you have the powerful, yet, I mean, the fuel economy on this 4-cylinder is great. You don't weigh down the front end needlessly, so it handles great, and big truck pulling out. But you can still maintain a great amount of fun, because of course you get to row your own gears, and as you just saw, I mean, it goes right through those corners, no problem. So I would definitely recommend the Accord to those of you who need or want a sedan, but want something with good gas mileage, and of course something you can go out and just have tons of fun with, because I know I am. And let's thank JakeMan21642 for lending me his car and letting me thrash it around a corner without screaming in the back seat. So thanks guys, like, subscribe, again, keep telling me what you like, what you don't like, and hopefully we'll have something new for you next Sunday. Of course, you have these wonderful dampened hand, whatever you would call these things, handrails, start over. Of course, you have these nice dampened oh shit handles with a luggage, but not cut my own head off this time.
It doesn't even have a trunk on it.
Hope that shit's not in my video. Oh, that was a sweet probe with a Mexican blanket in the back seat. It's still alive. Goodbye.